Hi, welcome to Inspire Life Guidance. My name's Andrew Cooper Knight, and today we're just going to have a look at another major arcana from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which is the deck I use for my clients and I use to teach as well. It's one of those decks that is very familiar to a lot of people. If you look at the imagery, it's a sort of deck you'd find coming up in films and television programs, but certainly very, very familiar imagery. So today we're going to be looking at this chap, the Hermit. Okay, so what is it we can see in the Hermit card? When people get this card, they think, oh gosh, you're literally going to be like a hermit. You're going to lock yourself away, not going to talk to people, and maybe become very inward focused, which is true. But there is so much more to this card. So let's have a look in a little bit more detail. First of all, the Hermit here, dressed in his cloak, the hood is up, he's facing down towards the ground, he's holding his staff here, and he is holding out a lantern, upon which you've got a star or a light inside the lantern shining around it. Background, usually this grey or brown colour, no clouds at all, and he is standing here on what looks like snowy ground. So as I say to my students, what do you see in the card? What is it you see in this card? Well, what do you focus on first? Let's have a look. What if you focused on the lantern first? The lantern is there shining a light. Could it be symbolic of his potential, his opportunities? But it's still very much within the lantern. So for some reason, this guy, this hermit, is not able or willing or ready to show what his opportunities are, or to at least take those opportunities. So currently he's holding the lamp. He's also looking down. He's not looking at the lamp. So for some reason, maybe he's ignoring the potential around him. Or, as we discussed earlier on, maybe he needs that inner focus before he can look at any external influences. So the lantern is very much about hope, light in the darkness, and about whether the subject on this card is ready to see that. It could signify also that your person, your client, is going through this period of isolation, of being on their own. And they need that. They need that to heal, to be able to reassess, to get all their plans together, or just to assess where they're at now from what's happened to them in the past. So having the Hermit card sometimes can be an indication that your client needs this downtime. They need this time for a bit of self-care and a bit of self-healing. If we look at the more challenging aspects of the Hermit card, it could be that our clients had enough of this time, and now's the time to move forward. I would be asking them, just lift your head, look at what's in front of you. The opportunities are there. All you need to do now is to follow them, to trust. Coming from very firm, stable foundations. This guy is holding onto a staff, which is firmly planted in the soil in front of him, keeping him steady, keeping him safe, keeping him upright. He's also surrounded by this huge cloak. Well, a cloak in spiritual terms is quite often connected with protection. So it looks like our client is well protected. They don't need to perhaps overly worry or overly analyze the situation, but just let it be. Standing on this snowy ground, if you see the snow, is it slippery? Is he firmly positioned? Are his feet sunk into the snow? Is this something we need to be concerned about? Well, because he has that staff, I would be less concerned than if he didn't have it. But certainly our client's perception of their life, where they're at the moment, it may feel like they're on slippery ground. It may feel like they're at risk of falling in some way. The Hermit card largely is about self-healing. It's about looking inwards. It's about knowing when that time is required and knowing when it's time to stop that and to actually take part in life once more. The sky is clear all around our hermit. There are no clouds. There are no extra problems getting in the way. But sometimes we just need to cast off that cloak. take a chance, take a risk, leap forward, and say, okay, the time is now mine. So the Hermit card. It can be a lovely card for somebody to receive, to give them the luxury of time to assess, to work out where they're at and where they're going. It's just up to you as a practitioner, as the reader, as if you've now had enough of that time and it's time to act, or you need to go into this time and take a back step. Okay, thank you for joining me today for a little look at the Hermit card. There'll be many more to follow, and if you're interested in my channel, there will be meditations, there'll be my thoughts, and general ramblings for somebody such as myself at Inspire Life Guidance. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you again soon.